guys, it's Gamer Ahmer here. So here we are back with another pickups video where I take you guys along with me on my Super Nintendo collecting journey, where I try and go for a full Super Nintendo set, and I'm getting closer to the 500 mark because we left off with 476 games out of the 721 that I need for a full set. And where did I go to find all of these awesome titles? I went to a video game convention in Columbus, Ohio. This is called Torg. So this was the Torg Gaming Expo. So I can't wait to share some of these awesome titles because right away I stopped at my buddy Brian's table, BD Retro Mods, and he had a couple inexpensive games that I bought. One of them I bought to complete the set here, and then these two I bought because they were such great deals, and I'm going to give these games away. So for anyone watching this, before I make the official post, I'm doing 25 Days of Christmas, where I'm giving away so many different random items, and I can't wait because these two games are going to be included in the giveaway. So here we have Killer Instinct, this like infamous black cartridge. This is such a fun beat-em-up game, just a fun fighting game. I absolutely love this, and I love the characters. I love playing this on the arcade game back in the day, and even the Nintendo 64, and then the Xbox when it came out again. So this is just a classic title, and I really think that someone's going to appreciate it when I bundle it with Super R-Type, which is another fun game, but these do have some, a little bit of like cosmetic wear, but overall they're in pretty decent shape for being like really popular games that people just love playing. So this was definitely a score, and I'll get to another game that I bought from him a little bit later. So first up into my list of games here, this is a big one. I scored Stone Protectors. This is a pretty expensive game on the Super Nintendo. Now I got it for less than what they were asking because they were willing to make a deal, but this game is a lot of fun actually, and I've been having a blast playing it. So this one is for all of those troll fans. Not really, because they do like a cool little spin on it. So this was an animated TV series that didn't have a very long series, but they had some great toys. So this was all about the 90s. All of these awesome TV series, all of these awesome toy lines, really fun games. So you have different characters, like 5 different characters. This is your beat 'em up, 2-player co-op. You have like charge attacks, and they're different for each characters. You have those classic elevator levels where you're just beating more and more people up. The scenes are great in this. I just love the colors. I love the opening. I just love everything about it. Love the special moves. Kind of teaches you as you go. And this is a pretty long game, so I loved it because I'm not even like halfway done, but it is definitely over like an hour and a half. If you're good, a little bit longer if you take some more time. So you have to pretty much like keep these like crystals safe. They break them up into 6 pieces. 5 of the guys get them, and then they are like these band members, so you have to go through the different 10 levels, and it's just really a classic, a throwback, just a fantastic game that I'm really enjoying, and I can't wait to see what it offers next. So if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification because you don't want to miss out as we work our way closer to completing a full Super Nintendo set. And then on to this troll game. This one is really not that much fun. This is Super Troll Islands. So not really what I expected, but these are not those cool trolls. So definitely not as cool as Stone Protectors. You don't get that like cool, like hard rock style vibe to it. So the colors in here are just like very different in this game. It's like the backgrounds are like too busy. It doesn't have those like bright and vibrant colors, even though the whole premise of the game is to like return colors into the world, so you have to like colorize the world. But it's just very different because these trolls are a little creepy, definitely not as good as a time as some of like the 90s cartoons, and it's just something that I was never really into, like trolls and stuff like that. So this game is one that I will probably never play ever again. Then on to this game, we have Dream TV. So this one, I felt like they were trying to do quite a bit in this game. So it definitely has a lot going on because you can be, like 2 characters, and it's just very different because you have like this 2D side-scrolling platformer, but with 2 characters to control. So you can play with 2 players, but most of the time it's like this weird split screen where you have to like get keys, collect puzzle pieces. So that's like the main thing, is to collect those puzzle pieces. You do have different puzzles in the game. Boss fights are definitely difficult. You're pretty much like sucked into this video game universe. It is very strategic. They do have different worlds, so 9 different levels, 4 different worlds. It can be like futuristic at time, but you have to use a strategy. You can't just like go into this game and just kind of wing it. You have to try and get better as you go and use these different little strategic moves, especially with like character placements when you do have to use like the 2 characters. So it's something that maybe I'll get into a little bit more, but it's a rather inexpensive game and something where I see that they had all of this potential, but it just was not executed very well. Then on to Young Merlin. So I was not really too sure about this game, and I didn't know what to expect right away, but pretty much you have this top-down adventure game. Now the color palette in this game is pretty great. It reminds me of like a 90s PC game. You pretty much go around, you attack, you explore, there's mazes, you retrieve items, you have to collect all the items. You have like wizards, magic, and the music is pretty good in this game. So maybe it's one that if I can get a little bit more time, I'll dedicate into this game. Not really too sure what I think on it just yet, but it wasn't that expensive either. So I'm curious if you guys have played this game, sank those hours into it, and what do you guys think about it? And then earlier when I stopped at that first table and got a couple giveaways, I was able to pick up Midway Presents Arcade's Greatest Hits, the Atari Collection 1. So this is another compilation style game where they bring back Atari, that fantastic system that we all love playing today with all of those different compilations. This is one of the starts of it, where you have Asteroids, you have Centipede, Battlezone, Super Breakout, Missile Command, Tempest. Definitely reminds you of the past and has all of these great classic games all in one that you could play. Now I just love playing Asteroids and just some of the classics, but this is one that I'd probably play it on some of the other systems as opposed to the Super Nintendo. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you love these compilations? Do you love getting them like every single year? And then on to this game, we have Stargate. So this one kind of reminded me of some of like the Star Wars games, but it had a lot more going on. So this one is like your 2D side-scrolling platformer game based on the movie. So you follow the movie events. You get this cool machine gun, you get upgrades, but you can't overheat it, so you have to be mindful of that. So definitely like that super Star Wars vibe, but you have to like find items, find people, and just go around and do that. So it's definitely pretty interesting, and once again, another inexpensive game to add into the collection. So overall, this was a really fun video game convention to go to. I just love catching up with some of my friends, making some deals, finding some cool little giveaways that I have, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that, as I'll be announcing it every day pretty much in December, 25 days of Christmas, and you can actually win a couple of these Super Nintendo games. But otherwise, I was able to find some great titles, and I would have to say that Stone Protectors has been on my list, and one that I can't wait to continue playing through, as I'm really enjoying it and having a blast. Now, would I pay this crazy amount of money for it? Try and find a better deal out there, but otherwise this was definitely a pretty cool pickup. So starting with 476 games and adding 6 more games, well, it would have been 8, but I already own these 2. So we are at 482 games. So that is definitely pretty exciting. Can't wait to see what is next on the Super Nintendo journey. And as we are inching closer to 500, I'm hoping that I can just make it to 500 and then just smooth sailing from there. So let me know which games you would have picked up, and do you think that Stone Protectors is an awesome game? So of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos, and stay tuned for more.